Hi, fifth graders. It's time for Chapter 9 of Gary Paulson's Lawn Boy. This chapter is called Conflict Resolution and Its Effects on Economic Policy. When I came to, there was a damp paper towel over my face. "I'm sorry," Arnold said. "I thought I eased into it, but I guess the shock—" I thought of a really important question. I was still woozy. "I'm still not sure I heard you right. Did you say I now have over $50,000? Are you going to faint again?" "No, I don't think so." "Then yes, you are now worth that." "Where is it?" "In your account, under my name, but in your special account." "Can I see it?" "Of course. I have your account information on the computer." He turned to his keyboard and tapped a few keys. "No, the money. Can I see the money?" He shook his head. "It's not like that. First, you'd have to sell all your investments and get a check. Then you'd have to take the check to the bank and cash it. And then, yes, you could see the money. And when you sell, you then owe taxes on your capital gains. At the end of the year, capital gains is what they call profit you made from your initial investment." "Oh, I didn't quite follow all that," I thought. "I don't really have the money," I said slowly. "I have a computer screen and numbers and stocks and things, but not the actual money." "That's right. That's how it works. You or I, acting for you, will reinvest the money in a safe stocks, which will give you what's called a diversified portfolio. So if one thing goes down, another might go up to cover you. But it's all there. You can cash it in anytime you want, except what?" I smelled a rat. "Right now, the money appears to be mine because legally you can't invest in the market because you're too young. You have to go through an adult. And I'm a little uncomfortable with this because, first of all, I'm not your legal guardian, and second, since the money appears to be mine, the government will want me to pay taxes on it, and that shouldn't be my responsibility, to pay taxes on your money. So what do we do? Soon, very soon, we talk to your parents and get them involved." "Mom," I thought, "Dad, I have something to tell you. I've been mowing lawns. I've been mowing a lot of lawns, and I have 50,000. Please pass the green beans, by the way, and I have 50,000. Breakfast. Over toast?" "Mom, Dad, you know how I've been mowing lawns every day? Well, guess what? We have something like 50,000 and change. There's something else." "What on earth could it be? How could anything in this world top this? What is it?" "As I said, I put your money into this walleye stock. But I should remind you, not all your money. I thought it might be good to do some investing for fun." Isn't it fun, I thought, to have over $50,000? So there was this kind of fund for people interested in sports, and I thought you might like to invest in that. He trailed off, and I studied him. "Is something wrong?" He shook his head and looked out at the rain. I still couldn't believe it was raining, that it was the same day we had only been talking for an hour or so. Part of me was listening and part of me was imagining what the money would do to help my parents, what it would buy. "I misread the explanation on the fund," he said, and sighed. "Usually this kind of fund, a lot of investors pool their money and perhaps buy a baseball team or help build a stadium, but it didn't turn out that way." "How exactly did it turn out?" "It turns out that you own 100% interest in a heavyweight boxer who lives nearby." "I own him?" "Not really the person, of course. You're sponsoring him. And if he does well, you split the purse." "He has a purse? What kind of prize fighter carries a purse?" "That's a figure of speech. The purse is the prize money, his winnings." "What's his name?" "Joseph," Arnold said. "Joseph Powdermilk, Jr. I have the specs in the computer and can run you a printout if you'd like." "Sure. I'd like to know more about him." "Good, because he's due here in about 15 minutes. He called last night and wants to meet his sponsor and thank him." Arnold shook his head. "Look, I'm really sorry about this. If you lose, I'll cover it, all right? And as for meeting him, well, he asked about his sponsor, and without thinking, I gave him this address. So if you want to leave right now, I'd miss it." "You can." I shook my head. "No, and if we lose, it's not your fault. 5, 6 weeks ago, I was sitting in my yard wondering about an inner tube. Now I'm 1,000 or something. You think I'm going to complain? Some would, he sighed. Some have. What if we'd lost? Then we would have lost $40. That's what we started with, right? We lose the whole walleye thing, and all we've really lost is that, the original $40. Well, that's a healthy way to look at it. There was a sudden clatter in the front of the house, and an old station wagon rumbled to a stop. It sat almost wheezing. Then the driver's side door opened, and a guy with a great deal of difficulty, a man, got out. I say man, but this person looked more like a living mountain than a man. I see it, Arnold said, but I don't believe it. How did he get in the car? He was wearing a big sweatshirt and sweatpants as he moved up the sidewalk to the door. His step was amazingly light for someone his size, almost like a really big cat. Even though he could see us through the screen of the porch, he knocked on the screen door. Please, Arnold said, come in. A quick motion, a side slip, and he was in the door, standing in front of Arnold. I am Joseph Powdermilk, and I would like to thank you for being my sponsor. He faced Arnold and held out his hand. I have never heard such a voice. It sounded like a thunder a long way off, muted but deep and rumbling. Sorry, Arnold said. Wrong sponsor. He pointed to me. That is him. He turned like a mountain turning. I am Joseph Powdermilk, and I would like to thank you for being my sponsor. He held out a hand as big as a whole ham. I put my hand out. It disappeared completely in his, and we shook. His touch was gentle. It's nice to meet you, I said. My name is... Just then Pascal's truck streaked up behind Joseph Powdermilk's station wagon and came to a screeching halt. Pascal came running up to the porch. I knew it must be serious because it was daylight. Pascal never came out in daylight. Come right away. I got up. What's the matter? His name is Rock. He has 2 guys with him. He says we've got to pay him or he'll harm our workers. He plans to take over the business. What can I do? Come. If Rock doesn't meet the boss, he'll cause a lot of trouble. Come now. I hadn't taken a step before I saw Joseph Powdermilk move with me. I'll help, he rumbled. I'm good at this. I was out the door. Good at what? Trouble. Until next time.